we gotta talk about Game 6. That was a crazy ending. Probably one, probably, probably as dramatic as the Kawhi game-winning shot. All right, but only thing is Kawhi game-winning shot was a Game 7. So let's talk about that. A lot happened, but we're gonna focus on Miami for this one. All right. So who like Jimmy Butler in particular? Carl, we gonna kick you off with this one. Jimmy Butler is your guy.
Of course.
All right. What percentage of the blame would you give Jimmy Butler for that loss?
Before the last 4 minutes of the game, I was prepared to give him 100% of the blame.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna give him 80 to 85% of the blame. He gets the large majority of this. He gets no pass from me at all.
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 minutes was phenomenal, but that don't excuse the other 44 minutes in the game, where in the third quarter you go scoreless. You were being more aggressive, but you still went scoreless. You shot terrible from the field the first half. First half, it was like you was getting to the cup, if the pump fakes weren't working. Now you're looking to pass the ball, but you never adjusted. You never tried nothing new. You never went just go straight up, try to draw a foul. It's just like you were stuck in your ways. And then the last 4 minutes, you got the one foul call, made the free throws, and it seemed like it energized you. But if we needed that earlier, we needed it so much. Not we. Sorry, I'm not a Heat fan, but I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. You know what? I'll be Dave
I
today
got
as
you.
a terms of the Heat fan. We needed it earlier. We needed it. We needed it in the first half, and you didn't give us it. It was Caleb Martin through the first half that was keeping us going. And then in the fourth quarter, to start the fourth quarter, it was Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson hits a crazy deep three off late in the shot clock. Had some
Mm-hmm.
timely buckets. Gabe Vincent had a couple buckets, I think, in the third. But majority of the blame goes to you, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I know your second best player of the team wasn't there either, Bam Adebayo, but nobody looks to Bam Adebayo to lead this team to victory like they look at you. I know I've been talking about superstar status for you for a while now. The what I want to say, the NBA community started to come over to the fact of you being an all-star. So now that not all-star superstar, but now that you do this, it's like, hold on, maybe we gotta pull that back. Maybe this is the reason why we didn't want to call you a superstar. It's like you proving everybody right on why they didn't want to call you that. So in all, to summarize, he deserves a lion's share, 80 to 85% of the blame. I was going to do the Josh Allen thing and do 60, but I thought about it. I was like, nah, you deserve way more than that.
Mm-hmm. Tombo.
I was waiting for you to say 60. I was waiting. You know I had to. You know my man J-Mo came, man. He made me go watch a movie, man. I was about to say 60, 40. But no, I'm glad you said 80 because to me, I was going 89.9%. And of course, you want to say 100, but that last 4 minutes, he showed up. Shooting 5 for 21 from the field. You're like, Jimmy, come on, man. Me, myself, I jumped on the bandwagon. I said, bro, you was one of the best players in the playoffs. I was giving you all this credit, saying, look, man, without you, the Miami Heat wouldn't be here, which is also true. But in the big moment, you turn back into the not even Hemi Butler. It was like, where is Butler? Or would you say, Joe? Alfred the Butler. But he was more dependable, you know, because he was always there. If you watch the new Bel Air, he's still there. But Jimmy, where? Shooting like 28 points per in the playoffs. You were like, man, Jimmy's still doing this thing. But also that last free throw, those threes, that wasn't a three. He should have been shooting two. Carl, you said it in the chat. Also, Joe, I want to give you your props, man. You called me out, man. You brought me to the carpet. You was like, nah, Tomo, you said you was giving Spo all this credit. He was the greatest coach. And then you was like, Jimmy Butler, he was playing better than Joker. But to me, if Joker was in that moment, there would not be a game 7.
Mm.
And you see what the Nuggets are right now. They've been all for like 10 days. They waiting for somebody to show up. When you got a team that's down 3-0 and you doing all of this, maybe you should have took a timeout and actually looked at everybody around you and said, look, bro, one game. Make it happen. And Bam should have been able to box out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna give Jimmy Butler 99.9% of the blame. 99.9. Because a lot of reasons. Number one, like J-Mo, shout out to J-Mo. J-Mo said that he like a superstar's is when you expect a superstar performance and then they perform basically, right? And that was my expectations coming into game 6. All right. Like he came out game 5 and they lost and he said we're gonna drink beer and wine. We're good. We got all the momentum. And then he came out game
Stop the
6.
cap.
I mean, after game 5 they lost, he came out and said that basically like we're gonna go and we're gonna win. That's what he said. So every Celtics fan I talked to, I know I live in Boston area, right? I told him I was like, expect him to go for 40. That's why I telling everybody because that's Jimmy Butler I know. Like whenever they back against the wall, he comes out and put them on his back. So listen to this, y'all. This is why I give him 99.9%. The Celtics, right? The Celtics shot 7 from 35 from 3, which is 20%. Only Smart and Derek White made it 3 yesterday. That's it. The Heat, Miami Heat shot 14 from 30, which is 46%. Check Miami. Turnovers. Celtics 12 turnovers, Miami 5. Check Miami. Offensive rebounds. Celtics 12, Miami 17. Check Miami. Caleb Martin gave you 21 points, 53% from the field. Duncan Robinson gave you 13 points, 45% from the field. Vincent shot 50% from 3. Strus shot 40% from 3. Kyle Lowry shot 50% from the field. What else you ask for?
Just not to mention Caleb Martin was your leading rebounder. Damn, my
Yes,
bad, yo.
15 rebounds. Exactly right, right? And look, what happened was Bam shot 25%, which was worse on his team. Oh, my bad. He wasn't worse. It was actually Jimmy Butler, right? Jimmy Butler was like Carl mentioned, in the first 3 quarters for real. He was 2 for 16 from the field, right? He finished 5 for 21, which is 23%. On a do or die game for real. You better go back home. I mean, go back to Boston. He was 0 for 8 from the field when Derek White was guarding him. He didn't score on Derek White. And Derek White had 2 amazing plays. One play was a block, and one play on that transition. I mean, on the transition, he just went straight up on Butler, and he went out of bounds on Butler. Right? He shot in the 4th quarter. Everybody keep hyping in the 4th quarter. All right. This is what happened in the 4th quarter. He did make that 3 in the corner. I give him that. He did get a putback. I mean, that wasn't a big. That was a good bucket, I guess, because it was, I don't know. Right? He got a putback, and he got an and one layup on Al Horford. But he shot 10 free throws. And those 10 free throws, 8 of them was on Robert Williams and Al Horford, basically finding a mismatch. But when he was getting guarded by Tatum and them, he was getting strapped the whole game. And he wasn't double teaming the whole game either. He thought it was Joe Budden with the pump. But anyways, right? And also defensively, he played terrible. When he guarded Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Marcus Smart, they shot 75% from the field combined. So he was terrible defensively. So because of that, I gotta give Jimmy Butler 99% because they lost by 1 point after that terrible. If he would have played okay, they would have won. Because how we killed James Harden, how James Harden just played okay and y'all win. That's how they got Jimmy Butler in this game. If he just played okay, they win this game.
Can I address the James Harden thing real quick? So a lot of people, will include myself, kill James Harden because what he did down the stretch, especially Game 6. He started jacking Game 6, didn't even get Joel Embiid a touch. It was to the point where he was falling down and he still tried to shoot the ball. It's like it was plays like that where people would go and blame Harden because of what he was doing in the clutch. And then like it was one play he had where Joel Embiid, the game wasn't even over, but you could tell by Joel Embiid body language the game was over. Like he's shrugging his shoulders, going down the court because James Harden just jacking the game off. Like he's just jacking it. Like, what are you doing? We have a chance to win here to close them out, and you just doing anything. Now, the reason, again, I get you. Defensively, you're right. Jimmy Butler was terrible. You're absolutely correct. And the reason why I want to stick to like 85% with that last 4 minutes, because nobody's hyping up the 4th quarter, because even the 4th quarter, it didn't get going until the last 4 minutes. But I know when I was watching the game with the last 4 minutes, and I think they called a timeout, I was like, man, why y'all call a timeout? This game is over. Y'all look dejected. Y'all not going to come back. Like, just let it go. I mean, y'all got one more game, but just let it go. And then, boom, he realized, okay, I did put my money where my mouth isn't right now. I have to step up, and I have to lead us to victory. And he did that. He scored, the last 13 or 14, the last 15 or 16. So he, like I said, doesn't get a pass. But as much as I want to give him 90+% of the blame, I can't because of the way he ended that game. It was admirable, in my opinion, the way he ended the game. And you want to talk about a putback lost Miami the game. So if you kind of want to go, hey, he got a putback, well, then you got to go, hey, well, a putback lost him the game.
Yeah, I got. Go ahead, Tom.
I want to say that, but now I see why Joe's saying it, because if you're going off of expectations of what Jimmy has set, like throughout the playoffs, and also Joe, you said this too about how the Heat were riding off of that Bucks gas station run. You know, they stopped at the Bucks that gas station, they got filled up, and they've been running on it ever since. And that 3-0 lead, I think they was on a quarter tank of gas, and now they almost on E. They got like 30 miles left. I think that gas station sign about to show up, man, when they pull up to Boston. But Jimmy, at the end of the day, Jimmy plays defense, right? I mean, he's known for doing that. And after he made those free throws, what's the first thing they showed on the sideline? He was like, one stop. We just need one stop. So that lets you know where he was locked in mentally, and his team has been locked in mentally throughout this whole playoff run. So for them to have that lapse right there on that play, because I knew, everybody in the bar knew that if Marcus Smart get this ball, he's going to shoot it. He's not passing the ball. As soon as it went up, you seen 3 Heat around him, and you look down and you're like, nah, that's not about to happen. And Derek White, you're like, but you got Bam. Maybe if Jimmy like clips somebody up, maybe you never know what happens in that moment. So that's why the 89 to 90%, you gotta go there. I'm not going 99, but I see why Joe says it because of his expectations on Jimmy.
No.
I was gonna say, my bad.
Go.
I was gonna say, I feel y'all with the whole superstar expectation and all that, because that's why to me he gets no pass. But go ahead, Joe.
So like James, like you right about James Harden. I'm not comparing them Imano. I'm talking about how we the same with me was James Harden just don't play terrible, and they'll win. And I felt like if Butler didn't play bad, if he just played okay. If he would have shot 25% from the field versus 23, they would have won this game. That's what I'm saying, because they lost by 1 point. And also, right, you know you remind me of, shout out to Fox Sports 1. He's trying to skip Bayless. All right. You know why?
I gotta leave.
No, let me tell you why. You said his end of the game fourth quarter heroics was admirable. Sound like a cowboy to me.
Hey, hold on.
Sorry, Tomo, but it sounded like a Dak Prescott-esque. Like terrible the whole game. But in the fourth quarter, they trying to throw him back in the game. It's like my quarterback they willed him back. That's what Jimmy Butler did, basically. And they lost. So if you didn't play bad those first 3 quarters, Jimmy Butler, they wouldn't have been as like literally. You look at the numbers, they should have lost that game. They should have lost, but Jimmy Butler played so bad that Boston had to lead the whole game.
Hey Tomo, I got you, bro. See, the difference between being Skip is Skip will find anybody else to blame but Dak. I'm blaming Jimmy Butler. I'm not blaming everybody else.
No, when you use the word admirable, that's what you said.
It was. It was not admirable that what he did, but I'm still giving him blame. Like you still gonna hold the blame for this, but I'm going to acknowledge what you did. But I'm not going to shift the blame to somebody else just because you did that. You still get the blame for it.
And Carl, I appreciate the help, but that do sound like me, bro. I'm like, no, but Dak had to bring us back. Nah, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
My bad for calling you him. I'm not trying to call you him exactly. You know, it's just that moment I thought about.
It was Skip-esque.
It's just like I'm not going to give you all the way credit for getting yourself out of a hole you dug yourself into, but I will acknowledge what you did.
Yeah. So. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.